Hi, and welcome in this tutorial on how to develop JavaFX applications on the Android device. First of all, we need to check that we have a recent Java version, so we have 8.0, 1.8.0 update 25, and that's okay. Now we need to download a few things. We need to download the Android SDK and the JavaFX Dalvik SDK. Downloading the Android SDK is at developer.android.com SDK. We can download the Android Studio, which is the IDE from Android, but you can also download just the SDK, which provides the command line tools. In this sample, we're okay with downloading the SDK. So we will click on download, and we select our platform, we agree to the terms and conditions, and we download the SDK. That's not going to take too long. Once that we have the SDK downloaded, we still need to add some packages, some specific Android platform versions and build tools. In order to do this, we first have to open the SDK that we downloaded. I always copy this SDK to my opt directory. There you unzip it, and then you can start the Android tool, which will allow you to install additional packages. I also make a dynamic link from Android SDK macOS to Android SDK in order to stay platform neutral. So the Android application, which is in Tools, can be executed easily, and it gives us an overview on what exactly we have installed and what we can still install. It's always recommended to install the latest platform tools and the latest build tools, so we're okay with the suggestions, and we click on install. We agree to the Android SDK license, and we install the components. Now that is going to take a long time, but good enough. You only have to do this once. Now, it is recommended though that with every release of the new release of the Android SDK build tools or platform tools that you install those as well. The tools that we use in the Dalvik SDK will use those Android SDK tools. So the second thing you have to download is the JavaFX Dalvik SDK, which is available at bitbucket.org JavaFX ports. You go to the download section and you select the latest SDK. So here we select 8U40 Early Access 2, which is still in early access, of course. You can download it and you unpack it. I typically do that the same way as I did it with the Android SDK. We will move the SDK to the opt directory, and there we will unzip it. So it's when you download it, it's going to be in the downloads directory. We move it to the opt directory, we unzip it, there you go, and we then go to the samples directory. This one contains a hello world directory, which contains a JavaFX directory, and this has a Gradle build file. If you now execute gradle-w install debug and you have a mobile device attached, then it will install a JavaFX Hello World application on your mobile device. Now the first time that you do this, and I did this on a clean install, it's going to take a long time because it's at this moment downloading Gradle 2.1. You don't need Gradle to pre-install because the Gradle wrapper executable that we are running will download Gradle, and I will execute it. Next, all the dependencies will be downloaded. It's important that at this stage the Android SDK has been installed and is in opt Android SDK, because that's where the sample directory is going to look at. So we skip a long time of the build process, because first time it's going to take a long time, and at the end of the build process it will show that it's now calling install debug. I have my Nexus 5 attached, but it's not configured yet to allow remote development, so I have to. You have to go to the developer options and allow remote debugging, and then if you once again run Cradle W install debug, then it's gonna work. So this will package an APK and will transfer it to your mobile device. The mobile device needs to be attached to your laptop or desktop with a USB cable, and so you need to have developer options set to on, allow debugging via USB, and allow the specific laptop to have access to your system. So build was successful, so that means that the APK is installed now on the device, and we can show the device now, because it will be installed in the applications directory. And if you browse through the Hello World application, you click on it, you see that you have Hello World, Hello Android on the screen. If you click on it, it shows you clicked on the button. You can move it to landscape and portrait mode, and that's work. So that is the very basic Hello World example for JavaFX on Android.